Okay, weekend review, Monday, November 3rd, 2025, here in Seoul, Korea. Just got in last night. We landed yesterday afternoon, and then as soon as we landed, um, it's about an hour and a half ride from the airport. And actually, Andrew Hiller was on my flight, so he's here with me. He's filming. He's actually standing off camera right now. Um, so we landed, and hour and a half flight. 5 minutes into the flight, I Google if there's any affiliates on the route, and we found a couple. So we made some detours, dropped into CrossFit. I think it was
Yeah, Chengdu.
Chenyu, and a super cool little affiliate. Then from there, we went to CrossFit Dinosaur, which cool name, cool logo, and cool setup. Had a really good time there. They were very enthusiastic, very passionate, and it's cool whenever we're halfway across the world and being able to drop into affiliates like this. And just I mentioned to Hiller, I'm like, hey, these feel like affiliates back in the States, like the vibe, the look, the passion. It was really cool to see that here in Korea. And so dropped into those two gyms and came to the hotel. We're staying at a Grand Hyatt here in Seoul. Pretty cool scene behind me, but it's kind of blown out because of the light, so you can't really see it with the city. And then this morning, the reason we're here is there's a trainer summit. So all of our trainers from this area and from Australia, we're bringing them together to do 2 days of training with our training team. And we'll go there this morning after I film this. We'll hang out there for a bit, and then we'll continue visiting more affiliates throughout today, and then tomorrow evening, I fly back. Hiller's actually staying for a couple extra days. He's filming with one of the athletes from the area, and so he's gonna take advantage of the big trip out here to get more done. A couple things before I jump into comments. So Chad's coming up. Make sure you sign up for that. 1,000 Step Ups for Time, and contribute to the Step Up Foundation. Um, let's just dive into comments. Hey Dave, how realistic is the garage gym affiliation? There are many people like me who just want to help people and grow the CrossFit community. I'm an L1, hoping to take my L2 sooner than later, but my goal is solely to help people. I have a decent barn gym and about 15 people who I train regularly. But I would love to actually say we're doing CrossFit publicly. I think it's realistic. Just it's going to take a little bit of time. At Yayla Jennings, hi Dave, have you seen or heard about Physical Asia? Actually, people are talking about it while I'm on this trip. It is a team version of Physical 100. There are multiple CrossFitters in it, including Sung Young Choi. I think that's who, you're filming with her, right? Yeah,
Correct.
that's who Hiller's filming with. At Den Stumper, hey Dave, you talk about your literary interests. How about music? I'm a fan of British rock myself. Queen's Fat Bottom Girls, for example, is a masterpiece. Yeah, I listen to music. At Derek1125, please don't change the chain from Adrian and Chase. I watched the Crucible, and all I could think they are talking to talk without really saying much. Please don't change from Adrian and Chase. I watched the Crash Crucible, and all I could think they're talking to talk with not really saying much. Yeah, that's a problem. I'm not saying they're guilty of it, but speaking just for the sake of speaking and with empty rhetoric is a problem. I think even having a really focused and condensed discussion or debate where you're trying to get strong points across rather than just being overly verbose and long-winded, it's harder to be concise and powerful with your message than it is to be just to take up airspace and airtime. At Timothy Mitten 8314, with AI and its advanced creation abilities becoming commonplace on the internet, what is CrossFit planning to identify the use AI in video submissions for online qualifiers to prevent cheating? Yeah, there's a lot there. Still exploring. We're not there yet. At Stephen Dix 8042, hi Dave, me again from Wales. Thanks for answering my comment last week. As the games are longer than 3 days, and it sounds like you'll be hosting some of the events at the ranch. Didn't say that, but you can make that assumption. And as me and the wife are traveling all the way from Wales, and I'm basically having to sell a kidney to afford the trip, would it be possible for me and my wife to watch the events at the ranch? I'd be willing to volunteer and help out anyway at the ranch for the games. In order to do this, it's a long way to come, an expensive trip, and want to make the most of it, so hopefully you can sort something out. So looking forward to next year's games and the next generations of CrossFit athletes compete. Maybe Sevon can give us a lift to the ranch. A thumbs up from him when he reviews this on your weekend review would be great. I can try and organize this with him then. Thanks for all you do for the CrossFit community and CrossFit Steve. So I have not said there's anything at the ranch, and so I can't confirm that you can come to the ranch. But I'll say this: if you're coming all the way out, there'll be some big announcements soon. There'll be a lot to do that week, so just stand by. Hey Dave, love the oil. Any plans of making a mesh trucker hat with the TDC logo? Also would love to buy some TDC stickers. Yes, the stickers, whenever you buy anything, I throw a sticker into the package, a sticker of the logo. Coming out with some mesh trucker hunter blaze orange hats in the next week or so once I get them. So there's 3 different versions. There's a pure orange with the logo, there's a camouflage in orange, and then the other one is like just a straight camouflage. So those are coming out soon. At Malik Cahill 3046, so cool for your daughter, thank you. At CrossFit Shoe Queen, excited for the direction of CrossFit with all the podcast announcements, games plans, even down to the new merch. Keep up the great work, team. Thanks. Yeah, so there's a lot going on, and there's a lot of momentum, good positive momentum, a lot of new things, a lot of new initiatives that I think are being well received, so it's a good time. And this stuff we're doing here too, this trainer summit, this is some of the unseen things that go on that don't get as much attention as some of the game stuff, but is incredibly impactful and powerful to the community. Because basically we're here training all the trainers that fundamentally plant the seed for new affiliates and people coming into gyms and those who are going to change their lives through CrossFit. So these trainers are the key to exposing CrossFit to more people around the world. And here we are in Seoul, Korea, training our trainers for this area and making them better. Dave, when are you going to announce the days at the ranch for the 2026 games? Will you let Sevi and Suze live stream it? Like I said earlier, we haven't announced anything. And if we did, would I let them stream it? No. At the 01st, Dave has Born Primitive been considered for the CrossFit Games uniform in the near future. The tactical t-shirts with patches would make a great look for a ranch hero workout in 2026. I was in the gym this morning with Hiller and we did the workout of the day. And there was a gentleman standing next to us, and he was actually working out in Born Primitives. He wasn't doing CrossFit, and I asked him if he liked them, and he did like the shoes. And so there's a VIP dignitary here. I don't want to say who it is for it, so I don't get in trouble, but he was part of that detail. At Michael Kelly 9859, hey Dave, I'm so excited about the CrossFit Games next year. My partner and I are massive CrossFit fans and have actually booked the trip as our honeymoon. We're traveling all the way from Ireland with flights and accommodations already sorted. I know it's a long shot, but I wanted to ask a huge favor. From the hints, another one about the ranch. So there's no confirmation and there's nothing there. And I will say this, let me say this. If we were to do something at the ranch, in the unlikely event we are doing something at the ranch, there'll be challenges to get people there. So that's why we're saying that the games in the venue in SAP Center are Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. The ranch doesn't have the infrastructure to have several thousand people there. So the games are Friday, Saturday, Sunday at SAP Center. If we're doing something at the ranch, don't assume you could go. I'm not saying we're doing something at the ranch, but I am saying if we were to, don't assume you can go. That being said, if you do go early, just stand by for some news and some announcements where you'll be able to have some things to do. At Justin Mundell 1314, if there's a boys interrupted session at the ranch, I'd absolutely be there. Actually, if there's any opportunity to come see the ranch, I'd be there. The history of the CrossFit Games alone would be so cool. At Jail Olson 4135, I think Hiller has a special talent for documentary filmmaking. This is exciting news. At Sam Valenzuela, can you bring Sam onto your next WIR week in review so then I can see him review your video live? Funny. All right. A training clinic with Dallin. This is Paisley Craig. Training clinic with Dallin and Jason as well as Justin and James at the ranch would be epic. Love a Doug cameo. The Sevon podcast. Have you read Harry Potter? Do you watch the movies after you read the books? Is that actually Sevon who says that?
You made that live last week.
That's funny. I have not read Harry Potter. I will not read Harry Potter. I have not watched the movies. I do typically watch movies after I've read the book. We just went as a family to watch the new Frankenstein because I read Frankenstein several years ago, but my daughter read it last year. And the new Frankenstein was pretty cool. We enjoyed the movie, and it's pretty close, pretty true to the actual book.
Why won't you read Harry Potter?
I'm not into Harry Potter and that scene. At Wadholic, Dave, for the first day at the games at the ranch, so many at the ranch. 3 events in the first games. Let's see the jump sport made. Coffee at Coffee Pods and Wads. I like yours too, David. Like warm chili oil in my ears. He's talking about my voice. Okay, cool. I think that's it. Thanks for tuning in. Got a long day here in Korea, long couple days. talk to you guys next week, back from the States. Thanks for tuning in. Leave your comments in the comment section.